Welcome to my studio. This is Bessell Designs. We're in La Jolla, California. I'm Tim Bessell. I've been in this location about 25 years. I'm super blessed to live a block away from the beach, and what my life is I'm a surfer, I'm a shaper, and I'm an artist. And welcome to my studio. Let's go on in. This is the Ferrari of surfboard right here. This is hollow carbon epoxy technology, and they are the state-of-the-art surfboard. They're becoming really popular. This company's been around for about 5 years now, and we have I have personally about 6 to 8 models, and 75 different models in their line. And they just take the best shapers in the world and have them produce their favorite models. And so this is the state of the art, this is the standard, and we also do our retro line of surfboards, which are made in the traditional way. After my 30-some odd year and almost 50,000 boards of manufacturing, what I really care about is making the best surfboards in the world. There's 3 phases of shaping. There's the first phase, which is the design phase, which is where I have an idea in my mind of where we want this board to go and an image of the final product. The second phase is the roughing phase, and that's where I take these tools, these saws, these planers, and generally get the board to basically 90% of where I want it, or maybe even 95%. And then I take these other tools that I make by hand to finish off the board. So those are the 3 phases. So it's a concept, it's roughing the board, and then refinement of the board. Now, how I get the plan shape is I have these plastic and wood templates, and I've collected those. I have hundreds of these templates, but these are what I use on basically a daily basis, and there's probably 40 of them right here. So we draw out a line, then I cut it out with my saw, and then that's the plan shape. And then with the planer, I fine-tune all the rails and take away the foam that's not necessary. Then when it's all done, it actually gets racked here, and then it will go. I contract out the fiberglassing because I'm too busy, and I don't really want to be involved in that side of the business anymore. I was actually one of the first studios ever to open up with a shaper, retail, and wholesale business that we sell surfboards around the world. So by not owning a glass shop, allows me to produce more surfboards with less overhead. So we can produce 100 boards a week out of here to 200 boards a week if we want to. When I was 15, I got my first job at one of the premier surfboard companies in California, which was Sunset Surfboards. And I started off as a sander because this time I had probably done a couple hundred surfboards on my own. And then they made me a salesman when the sander came back, and I was a horrible salesman. So the shaper, the fish shaper, the kneeboard shaper, he quit, and they knew I wasn't happy in sales. So they asked me if I wanted to be a shaper, and I was about 17 at that time, and I said, yeah, that's my dream, that's all I want to do. So when I was 18, I moved to Hawaii, and I met Tom Eberly and Tom Nellis, and they worked for Lightning Bolt Surfboards, which was the best surfboard in the world at that time. And so I met Jack Shipley, and he liked my surfboards, and I became a staple shaper for Lightning Bolt surfboards in Hawaii. And then I moved back to California and started going to college, so I made Lightning Bolts and went to college and had my own little business. And that's where I studied psychology and art. And then I left college in my senior year to start my own company. And I was working with who I felt was the best surfboard manufacturer in the world at that time. That was Billy Castor. And I worked with Billy for about 4 years, and then he unfortunately died of cancer, and then that forced me to go on my own, and then I've been here ever since. I have to keep experimenting in other materials and other avenues. I don't get bored of making surfboards, but I have to create. That's the goal. It's about the process of creating. I think that's what I'm addicted to.